All right, let's jump in. Many people in business are losing authority without even realizing it. And it's not because their message is wrong or that they lack expertise. It's because the moment there is silence, they panic. And often what happens is they rush to fill it. And you might be familiar with the way that they rush to fill it because it could be something that you do. It usually looks like over explaining or uh, and oh, sorry, I've lost my space. Oh, those are the sorts of things that people often do to fill the silence. Maybe you do that too. I used to do it all the time. But the pause is your most powerful tool here because silence is one of the most underused and yet one of the most powerful tools that we have when speaking to grow our business and our authority. And when it's used well, it gets absolute attention from your audience. But when you rush to fill every silence, the problem happens that you don't sound like you've prepared for your talk. And you often sound really uncertain. And in fact, I like to picture it like this. It's like your brain is trying to catch up with your mouth, but your mouth is running away without you. And in business, that really matters because people don't just listen to your information. They're also listening for certainty. And certainty is crucial if you want to be seen as an expert in your space. They're also listening for confidence. They want somebody who makes them feel safe in the audience. They want somebody who leads them because they are asking themselves, your audience is asking themselves, even if they don't realize it, they're asking themselves this one question. Do I trust this person? They're also asking, does this person know what they're talking about? And then in the back of their mind, these questions are going around. Could they help me? Or are they the expert in this particular space? So all of these questions are going around in your audience's minds when we speak. And one of the fastest ways to sound more like the expert that our audience can trust is to stop rushing through your talk and to start using the pause. Because a pause is not just this scary, empty space in a talk. In fact, it's the complete opposite. A pause is control. A pause tells the audience, I'm not scrambling for words or trying to figure out what I'm up to. I'm not desperate. I haven't forgotten my place. I'm not trying to convince you. I'm in control here. And that control, that certainty is so powerful for our audience. So there are 3 ways to gain control of a talk and to help your audience to trust you. The first way using the pause is to pause before an important point. Now, when you pause before an important point, people will unconsciously lean in because you grabbed their attention with the silence. The second way to use the pause to gain power in a conversation or to gain control in a talk is to understand that people who pause after a key point allow the audience time to absorb it. Because if people can't understand your message, they can't trust your expertise. So when you make an important point, pause and let it land. And number 3 is to use the pause instead of filler words. Don't feel obliged to fill up that space with all of those filler words. Oh, okay, like, or the worst one of all, oh, sorry. When your brain needs a second to catch up or to get oriented on where you are in your talk, do not fill that space with ums or ahs or sorries. Just breathe and pause. Then continue. Because if you're using speaking to grow your business, your audience is not just deciding whether they like your talk or not. They're deciding whether they trust you enough to take that next step to work with you. And pauses help to create that trust. The audience might also be thinking, wow, that person knows what they're talking about. So pauses can really show your expertise. If you don't pepper your talk with ums and ahs and filler words, then the person thinks that person's an expert. That's why that pause really matters. It gives your audience time to catch up. It gives your message room to land so that your audience can absorb it. And if you replace filler words with a pause, it gives your expertise more weight. In case you're not convinced, I'd like to give you an example of what this looks like. Imagine that you're going out for this beautiful meal and the linen's laid on the tables and they've got fragrant flowers and the music's playing beautifully and softly in the background and they've got waiters coming over to deliver your meal. Now, when you're in this beautiful restaurant about to receive this gourmet meal, they bring it out one course at a time. And you enjoy the course and you take it in and you breathe in the flavors and you enjoy the taste buds exploding in your mouth. And you let the flavor land before each new dish arrives. And that's the way to deliver a powerful talk. If you don't use pauses in your talk, in one of those 3 ways that I've mentioned, it's like going to that same restaurant but having all of your dishes served to you at once. Now, I don't know about you, but I'm going to find it really hard to get to that steak on the bottom plate. So what the pause does for your talk is it stops you serving up every idea at once to your audience and overwhelming them. It gives your audience time to absorb what you've just said, and it makes each part of your message feel so much more valuable to your audience. So here are the 3 powerful ways to use pause to grow your authority in business and to attract clients through public speaking. Before the big idea, after powerful statements, and instead of filler words. So remember this, in business, experts don't chase attention. They pause and command attention.